次の敵は、慶応遊撃隊。配信行は引き続き私がある。こちらは解説の方いらっしゃいませんので、解説できますよという方は、飛び入りでも全然構いませんので、ディスコードに入って、お声掛けいただいてもらうと嬉しいです。はい。
All right, and welcome back, everybody, to Summer Games Done Quick 2020 Online, powered by Twitch. We're getting ready for our next run here, which is Kyo Flying Squadron.
このタイトル調べてみたんですけど、確かに高いですね、中古が。Amazon でも最低で21,300円ぐらい。
So if you want to get your donations in to decide Kirby's color, that run will be coming up after the next run. So while we're getting set up, just want to go over a few more donations that have come on in here. Thank you everybody for all of the donations.
プレミアついてますね。
It has been incredible to see all the support during our first day here, and we will be here all week long.
珍しいゲームが出た時は過去に GDQ で配信されたかどうかっていうのを私個人的に一回調べてみるんですけど、GDQ で走られたことはこのタイトルないですね。なので多分皆さん聞いたことないっていう人の方が多いかもしれないですね。
It may have snuck away from me here. Let's see. We had $25 from Winslash who says, Haiku donations. Are we peak humor yet now? Keep up the good work.
先ほどのシレットミラージュは2013年の SGDQ のやつが出てきました。1回だけ採用されたことがあるっぽいですね。
If you hear a cat purring, my cat Tom has joined us at the desk, so I can't keep him away. Just wanted to be a part of everything. So if you hear some background noise, that's who it is. The old man's with me now. We had an anonymous $50 donation. Thank you, anonymous, whoever you may be. Thank you. We have a $25 donation from Sachi C, who says, been a fan of GDQ for a while and always happy to donate. Good luck and happy running to all the runners. We have a $50 donation from P9 Hunnit, who says, much love to you all.
あとこのタイトル、ウィキペディア日本語がなくて英語だけしかないですね。なぜか英語なんですけど。
Now we are going to send it on over to Kyo Flying Squadron 2 by me.
Hey.
始まりましたね。
So it's me, obviously, and Beyond will. Yeah. So I think we should go right now.
日本語ですね。英語版あるのかな、そもそも。
So let's say 3, 2, 1, go.
はい、グッドラックです。
And we're introducing you Kyo Flying Squadron 2 from the Sega Saturn. Hidden gem, we may say. An underrated game, not well known at all. Basically a 2D platformer. As you can see, I'll explain the game basis if you want to just control a bunny girl who
ごめんなさい。下のタイトル変わってませんでした。今更新しました。
Take some objects as you can see with the kappa right now, and have a few weapons like a hammer, an umbrella, or a bow.
Yeah.
The goal is to always keep a weapon with you, so when you're hit, you just lose your weapon and don't die. If you get hit when you don't have a weapon, you will die instantaneously.
Yeah. So the game may look really easy, but in fact, one mistake and you're dead. And it depends. Depending where you die, you can lose seconds to minutes, literally. So.
The game has 3 difficulty levels.
そうですね。パッと見た感じは五右衛門っぽいかなっていう感じがしましたね。
Based on the number of enemies and the time you have to get a weapon back when you're hit, meaning that in hard mode you will have really short time to get back your weapon, not to die again.
お、
So you can also carry houses and throw them to the face
いき
of
なり持ち上げ
evil
ました
enemies
けど。
because yeah, why not? Okay, that's unfortunate.
So the game features mostly 2D level platforms, and some few shoot 'em up levels we will see later. 2 shoot 'em up levels. In fact, these levels are reminiscent of the first game KO Flying Squadron, which was on the Sega CD for North Americans people. A game which is quite notorious for its incredible high value on the NTSC market, North American market, which can go for more than $1,000 for some auction I saw recently. It's one of the rarest games, though it's not such a rare game on the Japanese market. And now we are going to the first shoot 'em up level. So,
Yeah, indeed, because
隅田川って書いてあり
the
ました
name
ね。
of the game is KO
ああ、
Flying
日本舞台なの
Squadron,
か。
so
この請求点とか、
so
ああ、普通に右上のやつはスコアなんですか
control
ね。
is on spot. It's Dragon. And on this level we have a little trivia, which is quite nice. You have to collect some spot items in order to get to a bonus stage if you want. But as
so you want to embarrass me in front of everybody? That's it? Okay, okay. Thank you.
little.
Thank you.
So, and there you can see the front cover of the first KO Flying Squadron in the background. So in this level, sometimes when me reached the end, he didn't know why the bonus stage was triggered, and a triggering bonus stage is a 75 seconds loss on a run, meaning run was over.
うさぎの数も気になりますね。100まで貯めると1ギャップとかかな。
bonus stage icon, though sometimes bonus stage will appear and sometimes it will not appear. And after watching
100でギャ
runs
ップ。
after
ああ、なるほど。
runs, we could determine that the bonus stage icon is hidden. There,
Yeah.
you can see a boat sometimes passing by, and it's hidden just behind the boat. So, as the hitbox of Spot is quite large, you can just take the item without even noticing it.
Exactly. And yeah, now that I know, I just fly way over the boat and everything is fine.
So since this day, you had no more reset. Never.
Okay. Yeah, never. So little setup here. Okay, that's
遅い高いまずいは面白いですね。
So of course, these auto-scroll phases, you can win any time. So you can see the style of the game, which is quite cute, like some cute them up. And as I said before, these games are quite expensive today. Reminds me of the Cotton series, for example. They are cute them up too, and quite expensive. Though if you want to play KO Flying Squadron 2 now, you can buy the Japanese version, which is quite easy to find. It's a game that tends to rise up in prices, but which is quite
後
easy
ろにあ
to
るの
find.
国技館ですね。国技館っ
Otherwise,
て書いてある。
the game was never released in North America, but it was on the PAL territory. And now I'm stopping about the lore of the game, and we are going to talk about the boss fight that comes, which is a sumo fight.
いきなり、あ、国技館の中に入ったのか。
Yeah, it's a sumo fight. It's in a sumo arena, so it's a sumo fight. I only played the game on a Japanese version, so with Japanese voice acting, so I don't know the story of the game. Okay, Don't ask too many questions, please.
はい、力士は
Something will
2人とも
happen,
退場してしまいましたが。
They happen. That's it.
The game has a story, but what's happening in the game and what you will see, we just sometimes can't explain. So now this thing will have arms and legs, which they will lose it when you hit it, then rinse and repeat, and it has a third phase.
このだるまは何をモチーフにしてるでしょう。
How can we say that?
We won't.
So now,
手足が生えてる。
The funny stuff, I think, are the spectators, which are really stoic. Yeah, you know, they look like stuff happens. Okay, let's focus. Oh,
you can hit the boss by its side with the umbrella, but you can jump on it too.
yeah, it's faster to hit it with.
ああ、
the
座布団
umbrella,
が。
but, sometimes you screw up and.
What's fun with the game is that maybe the situations have nothing to do the one with the other, but it will always make at the end of the level something that will link to the
右
next
上
level,
は
even if
HP
it's
なんですかね。
nothing to.
減ってましたけど、残機というか、
Yeah,
ライフ的なものが画面にないの
the
で、
story is that
HP
below
はない。
the sumo arena,
武器、
there was a city.
うー
Yeah,
ん、
and that's all.
右上はただの
Yeah,
スコア。はい。
this part is interesting. You have the normal play. You have to take the train and follow the train that will go slowly.
あ、
on
武
wheels.
器がないときに攻撃を受けるとアウ
If
ト。
you
はい
you
はい。
have pillars just below, and jumping from one pillar to another is quite faster.
ああ、ソニックのリングは確かに分かりやすいですね、表現としては。
Faster as you don't jump on each pillow, but one out of two. Then this area with the flames, and we will have a second train.
Okay, I wait.
Just after
Yeah.
that.
Skipping the train cuts about 3 to 4 minutes, I guess. So
Train
you want to do that.
is quite slow, and what's interesting about this train and this technique of jumping up the pillars is that the game tells you that you can do it as a hint. We'll explain the alignment system. You can trace it if you can see it if you don't speak Japanese, but in the PAL version it's more clear. There is an alignment system as you get positive points or negative points through the game, depending on your actions, but depending on what the game says your action is good or is not good. Having a negative amount of points will give you hints. Meaning that in the menu when you're starting the game, you can go in the menu and you will have, depending on your score, hints on how to play the game better. And if you play the game well to have a positive score, you will have additional drawings of the game.
全く世界観がわからない。
And you can go from minus 127 to plus 500, meaning that you have it's a sort of roleplay value for this game that may seem short, and when it's finished, you think, well, I won't play it anymore. But you can trying to have the worst score or the best score.
宝船ステージに行きました。
It's really difficult to.
Having a big amount of positive score can be quite difficult. As you can see for the boss that can be hit, for example, by the side with the umbrella or by jumping on his head, you only have points when you're jumping on its head, which is quite harder. And you will see, of course, a lot of tanukis in the game, the Japanese raccoon. Is that because your main enemy is
Oh.
a Tanuki.
RTA っぽいショートカット。
It's the Dr. Pon. Dr. Pon, so is a Tanuki, as its thief, and has an incredible IQ of 1,400.
はいが出てきました。
That's a lot. That's a
乗
lot.
せて乗せてって上に書いてある。
You will see great high IQ, but some decisions which are pretty strange. On this, okay, that's bad, but okay, I managed to save that. On this level, I take a lot of damage boosts, which is only possible on the normal or higher difficulties. If you play on easy, you can't take this damage boost because the enemy are not here.
For example, we saw earlier a damage boost with a
本気視聴者も
enemy
困
who
惑してる。
throw you the
はい
bomb is not present on the easy mode.
Yep. And when you launch the game, you just start the console and you launch the game. It will be set on easy difficulties. So I wasn't aware of that fact, and I watched a run of Squealy Bob, which was the former world record, and I just saw there was a lot of enemies that I didn't know, and he explained to me, yeah, you just have to play on normal, and you can take the damage boost. So shout out to him, and thank you for the for the tips.
There is a continuous system too. You can take back the game where you stopped it, but you have to activate too the option.
1,000 IQ and I throw a bomb inside my own ship. Yeah, okay.
落ちた。
So you talked later about story. I can tell that we are in Edo in the 17th
これはまた
century in the
シューティン
feudal
グかな？
Japan. Rami in the first
あ、違った。
episode, Rami, who is of course the descendant of extraterrestrial race, which is on Earth to keep a secret. And yes, okay, surely. Is against the Dr. Edo, the Dr. Pon in the first game, and the game ends by destroying a good part of the city. And that's where we begin the second episode, where the city is under construction again, and the Dr. Pon again is.
Just interrupting. This is Heihachi Mishima Super Saiyajin mod. Okay, I don't know how to describe this better.
We tried to find a better way to describe it, but I think we didn't succeed.
Yeah, no.
And the Dr. Pon found about 6 gems that will allow you big power.
スーパーサイヤ人も
And,
ちょっと
the
聞き逃しちゃい
quest
ま
in
したけ
Kaio
ど。
Flying Squadron 2 is basically finding these gems, and another character comes in, Imiko, which is who is Rami's rival, and Imiko, Rami, and Dr. Pon are trying to get the
い
six
きなり
orbs
遊園地が
to
始まり
have,
ましたけ
of
ど。
course, the power, which is the most important. About alignment system, this enemy that just popped in and will come back later is throwing at you alignment points, positive that are red, or negative that are blue. It's just another way to have
ああ、まだなんか飛び交
it'd
って
be
る。
quite hard to avoid.
Yeah. So I will do the safe strats here. Because I can go faster.
これだけ世界観をごっちゃにすると確かにパロデュースっていうのは分かります。
Well, obviously you can fall, and you can
そんな感じの、まあ、五右衛門がなんか一番近そうかな、イメージとしては。
I'll go slowly, but safely.
Yeah, here we saw the Dr. Pon with the orbs that he had found so far. This level is quite fun. It's not as interesting as the levels in Donkey Kong Country, for example. But
you don't want to do roller coaster with Rami. Okay, and now No.
Now you're falling
あ、
into
水族館に落ちていきました。
a giant fires. Is that it?
Maybe. Saturn, please. Oh.
And this is the underwater level. The underwater
Yeah.
level, which has many ways to finish it and hidden bonuses. We will of course take the best track we can, the fastest track. You can take a bubble, so if you're you can take one hit with that bubble, so we'll keep it until the end, I guess. And this level is quite fun. It's not one of the hardest level. It's nice, good water level. Yes, it's possible to have good water level.
Let's say it's not a bad level. Yeah. Don't make people imagine there is such thing as a good level.
確かに泡あるならシュノーケルいらんやろって。
It's a myth.
はいはい。この泡は何ですかね、これ。
Don't do water levels, please.
何かバリア
Except
かな
for the music. Musics in water levels are always really good.
The musics in this game are quite good, but well, they
ああ、はいはい。
as
一
you
回
can
ダ
see
メー
with
ジ
the
を防げ
graphics,
るんですね。
music
ああ、
is
終わり
just
だっ
like
た。
the graphics. You
これ
when
何
you're
気に
playing
すごい
to
ゲームですね。
to
地
play,
上ステージあっ
just waiting
て、
for
水中ステージあっ
an
て、
epic
シューティングステージあ
boss
って、
battle
なかなか
theme
多
that
彩な
will
ゲームですね。
put you pressure on, and this game just have a just kind of silly tune, and
お、タコが出て
that's
きた
how
け
the
ど、あ、
game
タ
works.
コをカレーにする。
It's
And if you thought bosses were strange, okay, just don't blink.
So just at the end of the level, it was indicated a haunted house in Japanese. It was translated for the PAL version, and now we are in a haunted house with
お、ハンニャが。
kind of scary boss. So first phase, quite easy.
Oh, yeah,
No,
easy.
not
See? Easy.
quite. Okay. You have to hit the end. So by jumping on it or by just use your hammer.
Yeah, but
But come back.
it's okay. I'm not dead, so.
If you have three
これ
frames
は避けるの難しいのか
to do so. If you don't do it the first time, you have this flame attack, making losing a little
な。
time.
おお、お
The
た
second
ふく。
phase
ますます五右衛門っ
is
ぽいですね。
well.
You just watch, okay?
So the goal is to hit the blinking part.
Can you put your face back on your head, please? Effective. No, not like that. Oh, it's. Do it again, please.
This boss is quite random, as of course, if the blinking part is the first to get thrown at you, you will win time.
Okay, that's nonsense.
But if we not have to lose time, so now it's good. 2 out of 3 up. And now the third phase,
ひょっとこが。
which is don't know to describe this. Just we swallow things, and now we hit it with a hammer. And I don't know if he's gonna spit it out. I never saw him spit anything out.
これ
as
は
I
誰なんだ
always killed him before. And
And last phase is a Twitch emotes. He spits coconut drink. Ooh. But I don't let him do that.
目線が入ってたけど。
on to the next level. I hope there will not be no more strange bosses like that. So this level under the Sakura is a level that basically you need to speedrun even when you're playing the game in a normal way.
Yeah, it's a speedrun level. That's it. You speed and you run. Yeah.
さあ、安
Basically,
土城、
you have to
桜
use
ステ
your
ージ。
hammer just at the right time. Not very hard level once you have the timing for the
ここはあれですね、疾走感のあるステージですね。ずーっと右に進むだけっていう。
The two scuba diving ninjas are on a row.
背景を楽しんでくれという粋な計らい。
as you can see the run, you realize that there is no glitches on the run or out of bounds, those kind of things. Game is quite well done this way.
Yeah, and because the community is, well, there are three people on the leaderboard. It's not a huge community, so nobody can find time to break the game. I don't know. Maybe just finding a way to skip cinematics would be good. But I don't know what to do. I tried some stuff, but I don't know.
Well, you can see it as Moise avoiding all of them, but sometimes on the ground you have traps that can make you fall and begin. You have to do again on the level.
Yeah, the ground is a different color. Okay, just for fun.
You have to kill. So now here you have to move the platforms in a normal, but here you just use the enemy to go up.
You really want to kill that enemy because he will kill you afterward. Okay, it's my less serious time, I guess.
So as I said, the game was available in the PAL region, but it's quite rare now and quite expensive. But if you manage to find a copy of the PAL version, you will have a full translated game. Oh no, don't tell me the game is again strange. Yes.
Strange boss time. Okay, first phase.
天守閣でボスバトル。
Propeller house and pigeon. Well, you have to hit the bird and.
鶏の存在がすごい目立ってますけど。
But I can fall. I can be hit by the rooster. But I skip 2 phases. That's the most important.
As I was saying before, so the game in the PAL region is fully translated with full dub. And for you, North American people, you can play the PAL version on your NTSC console at 60 Hz, as the game is not optimized at all for the PAL version. So it will be no problem to play it at the right speed on the NTSC console. But now it's time to manage to find the copy, which will be more interesting.
アイキャッチが入って。あ、最終回。宇宙まで行きましたね。やっぱりゴエモンですね。
Really long shoot 'em up phase, and I don't want to fail that part because if you lose on the boss, it's 3 to 4 minutes time loss. So
there is no checkpoint.
これ最終回でシューティングってことはシューティングで終わるんですかね。
I won't kill the koala. Look, it will throw me his children to me. So I prefer take down all the entire family instead of separate them, I guess, and suffer the betrayal of their parents.
We didn't talk about the bonuses. Here you have a Rami head, which is a 1-up, of course.
Yep.
And you have an item too to have a more continues if you want. They are quite hidden here and there, sometimes a little tricky to get. But overall, it's a fun and simple game and quite direct game. We wanted to show the world this game. I mean, we encourage people to play it as it's really one of our favorite games. And so you can read on the screen now V Saturn in the background. The game is made by Victor Entertainment, and as you may know, Saturn, like the 3DO, for example, was made to be a standard.
黒田さんが反応してらっしゃいます。
Many brands could make their own Saturn. There was Sanyo, there was Victor One, and of course.
これ何でしたっけ？水の緑でしたっけ？
Jamais si bien servi que par soi-même, on dit en français, meaning that you can do things better than by yourself. They are just advertising for their own console on the game they made for it.
Yep. And I took the wrong power up, so I won't have the power bombs to fight the boss. But I am my full firepower on my main.
Little spot
Main
is
weapon.
not a very good power up. Bombs are better. Bombs are thrown in the direction opposite in which you're pushing.
お、
If
なんか
you
ドクロ
push
マー
left,
ク
the
の
bombs
釜
will
が
go right.
私は宇宙人。
The alien boss in the PAL version, which is translated, sentences are fully translated in the PAL version. In this saying, I'm an alien, caster slaughter, and hey, what you doing? Something like that. That he's not talking, he's.
Okay.
あ
I
あ、
skipped one phase because I
これで終わりですかね。
managed to do enough damage. But I should have killed him.
こうあっさり倒
way,
れていきましたけ
faster.
ど。
But, okay. Now, RNG time. Good RNG, yes. So yeah, explain please.
There is a tournament, so you
EST40 分なので、まだね、まだ13分ぐらいありますけど。
and the final, and you have to beat your opponent to win the tournament. This boss
天下一舞踏会って書いてますね。
and throw the bomb at him. Makes him easy, but it's full of RNG, as you said.
Okay.
But
Good.
here is good.
So the timer of the bombs are written on the bombs, and if you have one, you have to be really quick, and if the boss is too far away, you will lose a hit. So that's the perfect RNG for that boss. And the other boss, well, if you have the other boss,
もしかしたら天下一舞踏会か天下一武道会かで
because it's way longer to
こう差を取ってるのかもしれない。
So now, against Himiko. To have the orbs.
Yeah, that's funny. You have to gather some crystal balls, and there is a tournament, a fighting tournament. That remind me of something, but I can't say why. I can't say what. Yeah, I don't know.
To go further, you can say the Japanese version has quite a few actors that are dubbing the game, including people that have been dubbing animes like Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z, as you mentioned it.
And there are animated cutscenes on the game, which are made by Studio Pierrot, which is a really famous.
そうですね、音声は本家側も結構抑えてますね。解説者の声じゃないわ、奏者さんの声が結構大きめなので。
In Europe or North America, but in Japan it seems it's not just like a little game with huge budget. Means it's really a game that was well known. So there is a third game in the series I didn't talk about. It's a party game for the first PlayStation, which is only available in Japan, which is around $100 at the time on auctions. Personally, I didn't play this game, and there is quite even a rarest item about this game. It's a Japanese disc that was only available as a demo in Japan, which contains the full motion video of the first episode in better quality than on Mega CD.
これアニメがちょくちょく流れますけど、これちょっと見たいですね、個人的に。
This item is quite rare now and really hard to find. Also, the game is
なかなかすごいのが
well
出てきましたけど。
known. I know that back in 1996, I played this game on a demo disc here in France and in Europe in general. We had demo discs for the Saturn, and one of the most famous demo discs was Preview Volume 1, which was black and green. And it has on a demo of KO Flying Squadron 2. So back then, I just got my Saturn and I wanted to play this game, but I was never able to find it anywhere to buy in shops, as the game is quite old.
腹の中。まんまですね。
So I got my revenge years later.
You can now take your time to go to the bathroom or take a cup of coffee. This is the most boring boss of all time. I don't know. You will see. You'll understand.
This is the final KO Flying Squadron 2 boss. As you were swallowed by
なんか心臓みたいなのが出てきて、これを倒すのかな。
Infamous Dr. Tanuki just got back all the gems, made this monster that swallowed you, and now, of course, you're breaking its heart.
Yeah, literally.
As you can see, you can.
The face. I don't know.
We can jump on platforms that are appearing as soon as me just hit the boss. In Japanese version, the boss is complaining about what's happening to him, as he can't talk.
心臓のこの踏んだ後の顔がなかなかやばいですね。迫真に迫る顔。
Saying his pain of what you're doing to him. But in the PAL version, they decided to translate these platforms, but as they didn't have maybe the place to write the full sentences like in Japanese, or maybe they wanted to do things a little different, they translated this with words that are more or less Japanese related. So in the PAL version, you can read on the platforms samurai, geisha, shogun, ninja, sushi, sukiyaki, karaoke.
ボスに攻撃を入れると心情を喋る。なるほど。この今流れてる文字が心情なんですか。
It brings a little more nonsense, but is it pertinent? I don't know. So now we are reaching not quite the end. The boss takes about it's 11.
結構長いですね。
We are more than halfway. It may seem random, but it will always appear more or less at the same place in the level.
Yeah. The difficulty here is that the hitboxes are really wonky. Especially the hitboxes of the small tanukis, which can hit you with no apparent reason. And the other difficulty is that, well, the boss is really long and kinda boring, so sometimes you just don't pay attention enough and you get hit.
It was the final eight?
ちょっとずつガチ切れしていってる。
Yeah, see, a little Nekomata. Okay. And time is time. No, sorry.
GG です。
And now, it's already over. I hope we gave you that now you want to play this game.
唐突に終わりましたね。
I think me is satisfied with this.
最後のアニメーションは見せてくれますね。
I think that's not the world record, but maybe 10 seconds past that, so it's really, really awesome, to be honest.
So we'll thank the SGDQ for us this special year, so we can, from where we are, participate, can be a part of the SGDQ more than we usually are on the French Restream. D'ailleurs, coucou les gens. And
shout out to the French Restream.
We want to apologize for this awful French accent. It's over now. And just let us find out word to me, of course.
Yeah, so thank you, GDQ, for letting me present that game. And yeah, I will be short because we are late on schedule. So yeah, shout out to French Restream and all other Restream around the world. I think Restream are a big part of GDQs too, so it's important what you're doing. And the more important is, the motto from the French Restream, Gardez la pêche. And it's all for me.
途中で切られましたね。はい。以上、慶応遊撃隊活劇編でした。なかなか一言では形容できない、あらゆるネタが詰まったゲームでしたね。はい。
We are getting ready for our next run here. That is going to be Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, and make sure that you get your final
はい、それでは次のタイトルは、星のカービィ鏡の大迷宮ですね。こちらちょっと、準備いたしますので少々お待ちください。
I am getting ready. We got a few more donations here, but we're getting ready I'm getting ready to leave the virtual hosting desk and pass it over to our next host, Esmar. But for now, let me see what we've got here. I got a few more haikus come on in. We had a $25 donation from Doc Sigma who says, SGDQ rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's the we'll give you that one. We had a $5 donation from Captain Picklefork who said, a little haiku from me to all you. Keep those haikus coming. All right, and right now we are going to go to a Twitch advertisement. We'll be right back.